Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. So if you are a fan of 360 or action cameras, today is an exciting day because Insta360 has launched the X4. The X4 takes a big leap ahead when it comes to image quality compared to the X3, and that's due to it's now able to capture in 8K. And that actually makes a huge difference when capturing. That's 78% more pixels than that of the X3. Now when you're reframing your 360 video and exporting it as a flat video, you're going to end up with ultra sharp video that looks like it was captured on a traditional action camera. Now don't get me wrong, the X3 was actually a really good camera and I used it quite a bit, but you could always tell that it was filmed on a 360 camera. It didn't have the highest resolution, but the X4 changes all of that. And as we go along in this video, I'm going to show you some samples to try and demonstrate just how good a quality it now captures. And not only that, they've made some massive improvements to the 4K single lens mode. You can capture in 4K, 60 frames per second on either lens. That can make using the X4 just like using a traditional action camera. If you want to capture spherical video, you're able to do that in 8K. If you just want to capture some flat video that you don't have to edit or reframe, you can do that as well. And this thing can be mounted just like any traditional action camera. You can put it on handlebars, chest mounts, extension poles, suction cups. So it's very versatile in how you use it. Now going back to the 4K single lens mode, there's two actual ways in which we can capture 4K video. They have the regular 4K mode. You can shoot all the way up to 60 frames per second. And that footage is going to be stabilized in camera, and when you're done, you're just left with a traditional video file that can be shared instantly or uploaded to your favorite editor for further refinement. The other mode you can capture in is something called FreeFrame video. Again, that's going to be captured in 4K, but with it, the processing does need to be done in the app, but it gives you a lot of flexibility. When capturing, you don't have to make a decision on the field of view or the aspect ratio. All that can be done later. And that can be really important in some scenarios. You might be capturing, say, a bike ride, and you're not sure should you be capturing in an ultra-wide field of view or perhaps a linear field. The problem with traditional video is once you've captured it, that's what you have. In this mode here, you can go into the app, you can then set your field of view, you can set your aspect ratio, so all those decisions can be made later. And that's great for social media if you upload to multiple platforms. You can export it as a vertical video or horizontal video. This year, Me Mode got an upgrade as well. You can now export in 4K compared to 1080 of the X3. Now, if you're not sure what Me Mode is, basically what it does is when you're filming with this on an extension pole, you select Me Mode and you just start recording. When you're done recording, you're going to have a video saved to the memory card that's instantly shareable. Again, it doesn't need to be edited. And it's already going to have you center in the frame. So that's great for people who don't want to do any reframing. You just want to capture something quickly and share it instantly. And now it's going to look even better in 4K. The X4 is capable of voice control, which can be very handy in some scenarios, but it also is capable of gesture control. I've been using it quite a bit when I have this mounted on my bike, because the thing is when you have this mounted on an extension pole, quite often it's out of reach. And of course you can voice command it or use a remote. But it's so easy just to put your hand up like that and it's going to start recording. Your hand up again and it's going to stop recording. And it can even recognize when you're wearing gloves and still take those commands. So that's perfect for people who have this mounted on a motorcycle or a dirt bike. You can still control it quite easy. I'll just show you a quick demonstration here. So here's a little demonstration of using the hand gestures for stopping and starting recording. You can see I put my hand up and it's going to start recording. And then of course I can put my hand up again and it's going to stop recording. It's waterproof all the way down to 10 meters, so you can take this in the water with you if you want to capture footage. But another big upgrade this year is the battery. It lasts 67% longer than that of the X3. According to Insta360, you can get 135 minutes of runtime. And of course, if you're going to be a heavy recorder, you can always purchase additional batteries. Sometimes it's good to have a spare, especially if you're going to be out for a full day of filming. Something else that's new with the X4 is a new Mega field of view. The Mega field of view offers superior quality with less distortion. It has a really nice wide field of view, but we don't get all that distortion around the edges. So that can be really beneficial in some scenarios. Actually, I've been filming quite a few of my videos in that Mega field of view. The touchscreen got quite an upgrade as well. It's now 2.5 inches compared to 2.2 inches. But more importantly, it's now made with Corning Gorilla Glass. So that's going to make it more durable and less prone to damage. Transfer speeds with the X4 got a significant update as well. The USB-C has gone from USB-C 2.0 to USB-C 3.0, so that's going to significantly increase the speeds of transfer when it's hardwired. And even if you're a person who transfers all your content wirelessly, even that got an upgrade as well. It can now transfer wirelessly 58% faster. So between the hardwire upgrade and the Wi-Fi upgrade, that's going to make transferring your content a lot faster. And that can be really important, especially if you've had a whole day of filming and there's a lot of content you need to transfer. Those speed increases are very substantial and can save you a lot of time. Now, when it comes to audio, the X4 has excellent audio quality when it comes to the built-in microphones. And that can be very important when you're just doing some run and gun filming. But if you need to step it up and capture really high quality audio, you can attach external microphones to it. You can do it when it's in 360 mode and they can remain invisible. And of course, when you're filming in the 4K single lens mode. This is one of their new accessories for the X4 this year. Basically, these are stick-on windscreens that can help prevent wind noise in some scenarios. They come in two parts. They have a Velcro piece that goes over the microphone, just like that there on either side. And you can just leave them attached at all times. And then they have these foam windscreens that can just connect to the Velcro. And that's going to really help cut down wind noise in some scenarios. When attached and you're filming in 360 mode, they remain completely invisible. And they actually work really well. I did a couple tests when I was on my e-bike riding at a high rate of speed, and you get zero wind noise at all. I'll just show you that clip here. Okay, so now we're going to do some audio tests. I am recording in 360 mode, and I don't have any microphone attached to the camera. I'm just using the built-in microphones, but I do have those little foam pieces attached to the side. So we're going to see what it does with the wind noise. And riding an e-bike like this is a good way to test it out because as we're driving, there's a lot of wind whipping along the microphones and creating a lot of noise. So what does it sound like? I won't be able to know until I get home and check out the audio. So those wind protectors work extremely well and are going to be very beneficial to some people. Just a nice simple way to get some extra wind noise protection. Now, as mentioned, the audio that it captures with the built-in microphones is quite good, so I'll just show you a quick sample here. So now here's just a quick audio sample using the built-in microphones of the X4. There's a little bit of a breeze today. You can see things are kind of blowing around in the wind. And the audio I find is actually quite good. It's very usable, especially if you're just going to be doing some quick run and gun filming. You don't want to connect any type of third-party microphone. The audio is definitely very usable. Now, as good as that audio sounds, sometimes you do need to connect an external microphone. If you're going to be vlogging with this camera, or perhaps you're not going to be right by it, you're going to be a distance away and you want some extra audio range, you can connect an external microphone to it. And it doesn't matter if you're filming in 360 mode. The way it's set up here, it's going to remain completely invisible. Now, if you do this, you will have to purchase these accessories separately. So it's just one of those things. If you need it, you need it. If you don't, you don't. The first thing they have here is this adapter. This is what allows the receiver to remain invisible because it's going to be sitting right in the stitch line. And it is just held in place by the extension pole. We're then going to remove the door away from the USB-C port, and we're going to attach the microphone adapter. It just clips in just like that. Right now I have the Rode Wireless Pro. So then we're going to take the receiver and we're going to attach it there like that. When you purchase the microphone adapter, it does come with this small cable, and it's important to use this one because you don't want any slack in this cable, because if it goes out of the stitch line, it will be visible in the shot. So we just plug it in there and then into the Rode, and there we go. We are now ready to vlog or capture with high quality audio. Now, keeping the lenses protected with the X4 got an upgrade this year. Included in the package when you purchase it are now removable lens guards. With the X3, they were permanent, but with the X4, we get some standard lens guards that just twist in and lock right in. So you can easily add them and remove them as need be. Now, ideally, you don't want to shoot with lens guards because it will affect the image quality, but there are those times where they are necessary. And you even have the option of purchasing premium lens guards. They work the same way. They just twist on and lock in, except these ones are made from a scratch-resistant tempered glass, so you're going to get better image quality with these ones installed. So if you are going to be filming a lot with lens guards installed, you may want to consider picking up the premium version. But just for every day, once in a while, the standard ones are more than adequate. Now, just before we go here, I just want to touch base a little bit on the Insta360 app. It is by far the most robust, easy to use, feature-rich app for any action camera. Insta360 has done a great job developing this, and they've packed it full of very useful editing tools. And the nice thing about it doesn't take long to pick it up. Now, I'm not going to go over all the features of the app in this video, but I might make a more in-depth tutorial of the app itself and how to get the most out of it. But there are a few things I do want to show you quickly here for those who are brand new. First off is the FreeFrame video, which we talked about earlier on in this video. This is where it's going to capture in single lens mode, but it gives you flexibility while you're editing in post. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit here in the video. As you can see, we have all our tools down here at the bottom, and we can set our field of view after we have filmed. So right now it's set in the max field of view, but we can set it as action. We can go to wide, de-warp, which gets rid of a lot of the distortion. And again, we can set our aspect ratio. Right now it's in a 16:9, but as I shown you earlier in the video, it gives us a preview of what it's going to look like if you export in portrait, which is really nice because that way while you're filming, you know exactly what it's going to look like. You can do some basic color grading, add music. They have a really nice feature called Motion ND, and what that's going to do is mimic the look of an ND filter. Just gives it that nice motion blur, making it look a little more cinematic and a little more dramatic. And the other thing I want to show you here is reframing and tracking. As you can see, it's a spherical video, so we've captured in every direction. That allows you to reframe the video, and you can export multiple different point of views. But one nice thing you can do is tracking. They have 3 different ways in which we can export and reframe. They have Pro, Quick, and AI. And again, I'm going to go a little bit more in depth about them when I make a dedicated video about the Insta360 app. But the easiest way to track yourself, you can see right now it's already picked me up as a subject to be tracked. So I can tap on that little marker there and it's going to go ahead and track it. The other thing you can do is draw a box around a subject. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be an object or a vehicle. Or we can use Pro mode and we can set our various keyframes manually if you want full control. But as you can see, I can click on that icon there and it's now tracking me. While it's tracking, it keeps your horizon perfectly level. Once it's done tracking, we can go in and fine tune it even more. We can set our field of view, make any adjustments that we need. So there we go there, we're done the tracking and you can see it's kept me perfectly center in the frame. And as mentioned, we can adjust it. We can zoom in, we can adjust it to get rid of that curved horizon, or we can zoom way out and give it a really unique look as well. So definitely this is a very powerful app and it's a great companion app for the Insta360 X4. On top of that, we have all the shot labs where we can get a little bit creative. This takes all the guesswork out, does a lot of AI editing for you, including the AI warp, which is actually pretty neat. And of course, as mentioned, for those who prefer to edit on a laptop or a desktop, Insta360 does have an app for it as well. So definitely some really impressive updates with the new Insta360 X4. But for me, the new 8K high resolution capturing in 360 and the 4K 60 single lens mode is the most important updates. After all, at the end of the day, with cameras, we want to capture the highest quality we can. And the Insta360 X4 definitely delivers in that department. I think this camera is going to be very appealing to a lot of different types of creators, whether you're going to be vlogging, capturing B-roll, filming for social media, just due to how you can get some really unique perspectives with this type of camera. Perspectives that you just can't get with a traditional action camera, but you also have the benefit of filming like a traditional action camera with the 4K 60 single lens mode. And I think for some creators, this may be the only camera you need now. You no longer have to sacrifice image quality when you want to capture some of those unique perspectives. Well folks, that is the Insta360 X4. I'm really enjoying this camera. I'm going to be making several videos about it, so if this is a camera you're interested in, make sure you stay tuned and you're subscribed. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.